All right. Good evening, good night, or good morning, wherever you may be. Welcome to the other side of the losers finals for the 5USC minor league. I'm Hydro tonight, and we are here to watch Virginia B versus Texas B up for that top four spot against New Jersey B, who just played a few hours ago. This match is going to be a very tense one for everyone involved. Texas B looking for that comeback against Virginia B, who sent them down to the losers bracket back in the round of 16. And it looks like I have not been keeping much attention to the bans up to now. Believe I don't think we got that first ban from Virginia down. No, we did. It is going to be that flex one, and then Texas B shouting out that force mod one and the hidden 3 ban. Both of these bans making a lot of sense. And then Kron immediately responding with Virginia's 4 ban, that AR or that map just immediately going out the window. Both both of these picks making a lot of sense for both teams. I think Virginia B not wanting to trifle with either the high AR or the low AR of Texas B, and Texas B likewise not wanting to touch that speed or that hidden. Both these teams fielding some very strong rosters for both of those slots. Gleeg, if you think that there's biased commentary, please, I implore you to join me here in the booth. Even the odds, so to say. No. And it's going to be a Force Mod 2 pick, I believe, coming from Texas B. By the way, I don't know if it's just me. I do not have audio on the on my stream. Streamer Twisty, I do not have audio. Okay. Okay, awesome. I have audio now. Thank you. And for Virginia B, it's looking like it's going to be, or looks like it's going to be Waffle, Ozai, and Blippo. I'm personally surprised to not see Cronin on this, though I'm assuming that she will be coming in anytime now. For Texas, it's going to be Shy Cryo, Thor, and Jexy from the looks of it. No, not, nope, some last second switches. It's going to be Thor for sure. I would assume Thor takes the Hard Rock. Yeah, Thor gonna likely be taking the Hard Rock. Kron switching out for Waffle there. And it is going to be Kron, Ozai, and Bliplo for the side of Virginia. Meanwhile, Texas going to be fielding Shy, Cryo, Thor, and Laren. Likely going to be seeing Kron and Cryo or Lasagna Girly up in the top right, taking the hidden. Virginia has historically been a pretty hidden-sided roster this year, so I wouldn't be surprised. I would assume that Bliplo will also be taking a hidden. Ozai likely taking the Hard Rock along with Thor, and then Laren also taking the Hard Rock. And there it is. No, wait, Cryo's taking the easy. I didn't even notice that. It's gonna be an early breaks for Blippo and Laren at the start here. I actually did not expect Cryo to be taking easy on this. That's Kron though gonna be finding the miss, so as well as Ozai, so it's a double, or it is a three-way trade for Virginia. All of the FC down, just Laren finding the breaks for Texas. And as we get to the first rhythmic section of this map, it's going to be Ozai to find the break. Back and forth sliders. Blippo now going to be finding another miss. Meanwhile, Texas still holding on to very solid combos. No one breaking yet. Blippo, no, everyone on Virginia going down. Thor's going to find the break. So not just the single edge on Shy Crowd, but the lead's already moved up to 175k and growing. Laren also going to be finding a miss there. So it's just one combo taking this, and Texas is going to have a pretty decisive first pick, all things considered here. A full break comes in from Shy Crowd, no FCs left on the board, and it's just Thor holding that combo. Everyone struggling to find recoveries here. Ozai and Blippo finding more breaks. And the map is long gone by now. This map only 2 minutes long. But it's going to mean a lot here, Texas, to have a very strong first pick here, both on the easy and on the hard rock. Those skill sets going to be very prominent here for Texas B coming out of the gates. And score lead is tightening just a little, but no, it goes back around as more chains come in, as File finds the recovery into the end of the map. The only combo to hold. And after multiplier, I believe that is, what, 500,000, right? I think that is, yeah, 500,000 after the multiplier. Cryo going to be taking top score in the lobby by a large margin, by about 80k over Thor after the multiplier comes in. And all things considered, it is going to be a very nice first pick for Texas, and that opens up a lot of picks, especially looking at the more gimmicky stuff in the pool later on. Perhaps even an easy pick later on. Meanwhile, Virginia B, I think, probably going to try and lean on something more mechanical here. My guess is going to be that DT2, that stamina map, something like that DT3, but they are going to immediately be going for the hidden. Something that I also should have seen coming. I think this plays very well to their strengths to their strong suit players in Kron and Waffle. Texas, though, also has been fielding a very strong hidden roster throughout this tournament. You can most definitely expect to see Boral and No Head in for this map. I love Suzuki Konomi. It looks like Boral. Yeah, it's gonna be Boral, Shy Cryo. I'm assuming No Head will be taking that third slot. Meanwhile, yep, Blip below, or Kron coming in to finish out that 3-man for Virginia B. Now, Hidden 1 has actually been a slot that Virginia A over the past few weeks has consistently beat Texas out on, owing to that consistency from Kron and Waffle. So this is, again, looking pretty Virginia favored just coming out of the gate. Boral finding a break on the 1/3 there, but this map, 4 minutes long, it's really not going to matter at the end of the day, but the accuracy deficit at the beginning already hinting little bit of a comfortability problem. Boral's gonna find another break there. The slow part. But everyone is starting to even out. Waffle now is gonna find the first miss for Virginia, and it's quickly Bliplo as well. So now the combo lead is gonna be on Texas's side, but as long as the accuracy stays low because of the beginning 1/3, no, Bliplo and Cryo are going to trade breaks now. So it's just 1-1. Kron and No Head on the S. Waffle and Boral. Boral with a slightly better recovery, and as I say that, it's just Boral now holding for Texas B. Kron still on that 99 FC. Oh my god, I have to shut up. It's just the recoveries now. Waffle and Boral holding on at the top, between the top left and top right there. Cryo with some recovery. No, I have to actually shut up. It's match currently just being decided by the recovery combos on Boral and Waffle. Accuracy deficit is the accuracy deficit for Texas is keeping this lead at a razor's edge here for Virginia. Texas going to be banking on Cryo's finding a break, and Virginia is gonna have a shot to get back at this, but it's a double break from Bliplo and Kron. No Head still with some recovery to widen the gap. Boral with the extra 100 or so combo over Virginia has been such a strong player this entire tournament. Boral has been sort of the carry player, the rock of this Texas B roster, and it's showing off right now. Cryo's going to be finding another break. So along with Bliplo, it's the recoveries right now. Kron and No Head versus Boral and Waffle here. And Kron's gonna blink, gonna find the break here at the halfway point. That's a crucial point. No Head, if No Head holds, oh my god, I have to shut up. I have to shut up, and it's just the recoveries on Waffle and Boral, both of them recovering so well. The lead just coming down to Boral having the better combo, the better recovery, but Bliplo and Cryo now looking. Now 1-1. Waffle finds the slider break. That might have already cut it for this first pick. Boral, though, as long as he holds, it's just gonna keep going further and further towards the blue. And he finally blinks, but so does Kron. And it's just Shy Cryo to hold on into this final Ki. The slow part comes, no break. They won't get to see the scores. But Texas B is going to get to consolidate this break point. And it's some very good performances from Boral and Waffle, but unfortunately the combo at the end of the day is going to be what makes the difference. Waffle breaking just a little bit later at the beginning. It's a double break, but it's still Shy Cryo. That's the combo that matters. And there's not enough time to bring it back. Kron and Waffle trying their best, matching Cryo. With the breaks, the entire bottom half of the screen is going to hit that pattern at the end. But every player on Texas just doing their part, just edging out their counterparts, and it's gonna be a consolidated breakpoint for Texas B here. Out of the first round of picks, 2-0. No, and every player just doing their job. Kron and Waffle doing their best with the lowest miscounts in the lobby, 2 and 4 respectively, but it's just not going to be enough. Kron struggling to hold the combo, and despite the accuracy, despite the lower miscount, it's going to be a break point on what looks like one of Virginia's strongest picks here, and that definitely has to shake up the team mentals there for Virginia B. I think this match is going to be decided a lot on this early momentum, and Texas right now looking like they are going to have a great shot to capitalize on that. think they might be looking at an easy 1 pick, possibly a Hard Rock 2 if Thor wants to actually do his job. And there it is, that easy 1 pick coming from Texas. The confidence coming from this roster after that Force Mod 2. And it's time to rave. I remember having practiced this map. Can officially say that we are in 4-digit map territory here. Super banger from Cranky here. Lots of flow and overlap reading coming in for this easy 1. As for who actually will show up for the roster, or as for who will actually be playing these maps, you can lead not too many statistics here for either teams during the bracket stage. You can likely expect Kron. You can definitely expect Kron to come in though, and Virginia looks like it's going to be whoever's practiced on their team, which looks like Bliplo, and I would assume Ozai, just looking from qualifiers. Yeah, none of these teams playing easy after round of 32, and it's gonna be Bugs Life, I believe. Bugs Life coming in as that second player here. Meanwhile, easy roster. Of course, you can expect Shy Cryo after that Force Mod 1, and Thor and Nohead going to be rounding out those bottom 2. Thor taking on that easy player mantle for this edition of the tournament. It's gonna be no Waffle, gonna be Bliplo instead. I don't think we've seen Bliplo in on an easy just yet. And at the beginning here, looks pretty even. Just a small accuracy lead for Virginia right now. These overlapping sliders. Thor's gonna be finding the first break though. Finds a small over aim on the flow and finds a slider break. Nohead now going to be finding the second miss. Kron trading it out. But Cryo breaking. That is a full wipe for Texas now at the beginning of the map here. There's actually an accuracy lead, it looks like, for Texas right now. With the double FC on Bugs Life and Bliplo, it's going to be looking pretty nice coming out of the gate. Yeah, this map going to be focusing a lot on the density and slider overlaps. Nohead's going to be finding the second break. Thor as well finding another set of breaks, and the score lead is starting to rocket towards Virginia B early into the first third of the map. Bugs Life going to be giving them a bone with that FC break, but as long as Bliplo holds and Kron continues on the recovery, it's just not gonna matter. Bugs Life finding another break, but so does Thor. That was the second largest recovery. Bliplo going unanswered here. Bliplo has definitely been practicing this map to become in second half of the map. These sort of repeat patterns in the thirds. It's a full reset, just Nohead, but there's no one on the board now, but it's 80,000. And when you're looking at the multiplier, that's more or less a 200,000 score gap to come up with, and with no combos on the board, that only benefits Virginia right now. Texas is going to have to dig deep here to find the recoveries, but extra breaks coming from Bug Life going to help out that score lead. They're going to come back very slowly. It's going to evenly match Bliplo matching Nohead and the Cryo matching Kron. But there's gonna be two breaks coming from Texas. A total misread. No, a team wipe there. And it looks like the nerves coming in from Texas here. Not going to be able to capitalize on that momentum. Bliplow, oh my god, no, he breaks. No, Kron now holding with some great accuracy, 99% here. The highest in the lobby by over 1.5%. And as this map starts to calm down a little, more, we'll get to this repetitive overlap section, and Texas is just not going to be able to consolidate here. The performances on Virginia just that much greater, just that much more consistent. And it looked like a pretty comfortable pick for Texas, but it's gonna be breakpoint for breakpoint here. Virginia will have a chance to make it even with their own pick here. 150k in the lead. Kron and Bliplow doing the work. Doing the work. I believe they are going to be finishing out with a 2v3 by a pretty narrow margin. And Texas not able to hold a major combo, really struggling to hold there. Now it's Virginia B with the pick. That easy pick, I think, it makes it a little bit it's a little questionable now what to go for. The instant answer would be go for hidden 2. You may have lost the hidden 1, but you just won the reading you just won the reading map. But they could also look into something like speed, try to get those other players on the roster in, try to field or try to get a few extra reps for those players. I know we have yet to see High Flying Fruit show up for Texas, or no, not for Texas, for Virginia. The same can be said for Jexy, and they're gonna be going with the Nomad 5 actually. So they are going to be opting for the rhythm pick here. F-Ken. I love F-Ken. I think Il Jazz's diff kind of just a classic tourney map. Lots of rhythm changes, lots of BPM changes. Now, as for who comes in for both these maps, I think we're going to be seeing, at least for the side of Texas, that core of Boral, Shy Cryo, and No Head. Taking a lot of those A maps, a lot of those accuracy and techie maps. Yeah, No Head, you filling out the slot there. I'm presuming Kron for sure is going to be in on this. Along with Waffle, it just makes the most sense to me, playing to your strengths. Also, yeah, OWC was its own set. I believe no, like whoever mapped this Devious Expander at KTG Stir, they decided to not include the OWC map in the rank set. And it looks like no, instead of Boral, Laren going to be coming in for that third pick, or for that third player on Texas B. And meanwhile, it's gonna be High Flying Fruit for their first appearance here in the lobby for Virginia. And it's a rough start for both Laren and High Flying Fruit. I think the rhythmic aspect of this map and the constant BPM changes, there's a bit of a speed aspect to this map. And so far out the gate, it is Texas looking slightly better. but that is on the accuracies of Cryo and No Head slightly better than Waffle and Kron, both high flying and Laren struggling a lot. Accuracy dipping into the 80s after that first section. But Cryo's going to be finding a slider break, and that is going to pretty quickly shift the score lead over to Virginia B, bar any crazy breaks or accuracy drops. There goes Waffle though. That's an FC down. Oh my god, no, I lied. Wait, I lied. Texas B actually ended up, or that was a Bancho break from Cryo. So no, it's just going to be a single FC on Kron and High Flying Fruit with the recovery. Not anymore. Laren going to be outliving High Flying Fruit on the recovery. And as we get into the second half, this map gets a lot more difficult. Still have those two FCs and Laren holding the recovery. Kron finding the break, and it is just a massacre. I think that was a real break for Cryo, but No Head still there. It is a crazy score lead for Texas B right now.
Yeah, Texas B. Oh, my bad for being late, but Texas B has quite the advantage at around 600.
Cryo's just been Bancho breaking. It's still 3 combos for Texas.
My god, this is an insane team score, like no cap. Oh, and Laron finds the break, but I don't think that's gonna really matter.
Finds the break, but it does not matter at all anymore. Now all eyes on Texas, whether they can close out the double FC, whether they can break that 2 million score lead, and they are going to break 2 million. They are going to be gapping Virginia by double on this pick. Despite the recovery from Kron, it was a well-fought effort, but Texas coming out with the double FC from No Head and Shy Cryo, a complete stomp of a score if I've ever seen one, and a break point if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, great scores from Texas. 2 FCs, 2 S ranks to 4 B ranks in the whole lobby.
Yeah, and Laren as well, holding out with that high combo, holding for the majority, or for basically all of that first half. This is a total disaster for Virginia B. They have now lost their first 2 picks, and Texas B still has a lot open to them.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what Texas B picks. I'm not very sure. You know, I haven't really seen their roster fully, but I'm pretty sure they could go into some tapping maps potentially, or some more gimmicky maps after that No Mod 5 performance.
We can definitely see something. I think we're pretty quickly running out of more rhythmic maps in the pool, or more unconventional maps, so I should say. And we're pretty quickly going to start diving into the mechanics maps. But Texas, I think, has a pretty nice shot at that. They are going to be going Hard Rock 2 though, so they are going to be finishing out the precision maps here.
I know Texas has some pretty good precision players, so this could be a very good pick for them.
Who likes K-pop?
Me.
Congratulations, you get to listen to K-pop.
Yay.
Texas, I think Texas likely going to be fielding definitely Thor, likely going to be seeing that sort of hard rock DT core, or that hard rock core in Thor, likely Laren, and Boral coming in. So Boral playing the all-rounder role here. the all-rounder role here for Texas to be side of Virginia, going to be keeping that core two of Kron and Waffle and Ozai coming in. Makes a lot of sense, right? Ozai coming in to play that hard rock for the free mod too.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see how this will go for Virginia and Texas. Is this kind of an alt map? Is this like an alt hard rock 2? Or what kind of map is this?
No, it's not too old team, more so snappy. More snappy. But of course, it's precision. It's going to be kind of awkward on the aim aspect. Snappy, more snapping.
Yeah, but the CS 6.5. So as we get started, a slight equity for Virginia, but this is really early snap, so there's not much to really say. And Ozai finds an early break, so it should be going over to the side of Texas, but the early breaks don't even matter.
Yeah, give it a little time. It would come over to Texas if it weren't for the break from Boral, and Thor going to be trading out as well, so it's just Laren. And no, all of Texas finds a break here. But there are trades from Kron and Waff, and it's just total. It's just a 6-way break now. No one has combos left on the board.
Yeah, everybody seems to be struggling on this map. This map is really, really hard. My God.
Yeah, this map is super difficult. I think the stream doesn't really do it justice. I think these angles very awkward, and having to jump back and forth between so many patterns and the repetitiveness of it all makes it very dangerous as a pick. Coming into out of the first key eye, just one combo to hold Boral, bringing the lead back over to Texas, but it can jump over at any moment if Boral ends up breaking. Waffle is there with a recovery. There's the break from Thor, but it's a trade.
Yeah, Thor's the only one. Thor and Ozai the only one with around 100 combo. So it's a round of 14 hit lead, and Ozai finds a break. So now it's just Thor with the combo as Kron breaks.
Yeah, and with the combo potential on this map being so low for everyone, the accuracy's gonna be mattering a lot here. Virginia starting to falter on the accuracy. Kron finds another break. Ozai does as well. And it's just Waffle to hold on, but everyone on Texas holding. Laren finds the break, but it's still Thor with a pretty sizable combo. Thor doing the work here. Boral finds a miss. That's gonna mean a lot. Thor also finds a miss. So now Waffle with the combo and Kron with smaller recovery has a shot to bring it back here at the very end.
Waffle, he needs to hold if he wants his team to take this point right here. Waffle, it's all up to him and Kron to bring that combo up as the league goes on.
Yeah, but there's a small chance. Kron with the break is not gonna help it out. Now it's just Waffle standing alone. But there she goes. It's finally Waffle to break. It's another battle with Thor and Ozai, but unless we see a massive chain miss, there might be time. Ozai's trying his best. Boral finding a break. Wait a second.
It's going
Ozai
over.
holding is gonna bring it over. Oh my
Yo,
gosh,
there's a
it's
big
gonna
break.
happen.
Oh my God.
At the very end by
Oh my
15K,
God.
it's gonna work.
Virginia taking it by 15K. Oh my God.
Texas B looked like they had it in the bag, but Ozai gonna be the hero at the very end here. Waffle holding for so long, and Ozai to come at the bottom of the ninth to bring it back by the narrowest of margins with those chain misses from Texas. That and breakpoint for breakpoint yet again. Virginia B is going to be able to keep it, or to keep themselves in the game here. 2-3. It's 2-3 now, with a shot to make it even.
Yeah, a really good comeback combo from Ozai to bring it back over for Virginia. wonder what Virginia picked.
Well, we are very fast running out of maps. We are very fast running out of, I guess you could say, unconventional maps. We really only have the Nomad Alt or the Nomad 3, Nomad 4 left. The Alta Tech maps there. We have the Hidden Reading 2 is still open. Hard Rock 3 is there with the Snap Alt. But after that, we've already narrowed it down. A lot of the gimmick maps, gimmick and unconventional maps getting knocked out in the band stage. It's going to be Virginia B taking the Hard Rock 1, trying to capitalize on this Hard Rock win here with this more unconventional mech tech map.
It's a very interesting pick for Virginia.
Hey guys.
What's up, bro?
Hello, Tarragon. Now this Hard Rock 1 pick. This Hard Rock 1, I'd say, is pretty different from a lot of the Hard Rocks that we've seen throughout the rest of the tournament. So it's hard to say who might, or it's hard to say who might have an advantage here. But you're right. But over the weeks, I think Texas has been much more receptive to playing Hard Rock compared to this Virginia roster.
Yeah,
And
Jexy and no
Yeah,
head
Jexy coming in for the first time this match, I believe. Meanwhile, that Hard Rock roster of Kron, Waffle, and Ozai just gonna be staying right where they are for this map. Definitely, right? Makes a lot of sense. You want to keep the momentum going if you are off a win, especially when you just played the other Hard Rock or one of the other Hard Rocks in the pool.
Well, as we start, few early breaks from Kron, and there goes Ozai. So a slight lead for Texas in the first 100 combo. Oh, and everybody's breaking besides Jexy. What the heck?
Yeah, but Jexy is struggling there on the accuracy. This map, very short, but also the star rating lies, or the star rating is a bit of a lie. This map is not 6.45.
Yeah, they're just capping, bro. They're capping.
Yeah, this entire map, I think, just throws everything at you, and Texas is coming out of the gates with slightly better accuracy. It's gonna help them keep the lead here. But again, one big combo could take it away here. Jexy finding some big chain misses. That's gonna bring it over to the side of Virginia. Just like that. It's combos in Ozai, Waffle, and Kron here.
And Virginia.
Well,
Oh, and the breaks from 4 and no hit. So now it's just Ozai and Waffle with the only few Ozai breaks. But it's still around 140k lead. Texas is going to be hoping they need to build up some combo leads. They need to build up some combos and need some breaks from Kentucky to take this back. But the lead is kind of growing too big for a comeback to happen as we get into the later stages.
the comfortability here from Texas is just not there. The comfortability is just not there, and every player on Virginia holding at some point. Kron holding through this section is kind of crazy.
Oh my god!
Finally finds the miss, but more than enough. The breakpoint will be consolidated, and they will make it even 3-3.
Yeah, great scores from Kron and Ozai. 400k for both of them. That kind of carried the weight a little bit. And Waffle, 350k. So pretty good team score from Virginia overall, considering this type of map we're playing with.
There are inconsistent just across the board. Better for Virginia B here, and that's going to be super huge for them coming back with this momentum here into the fourth round of picks. Texas, I think Texas is hesitating to pick the speed maps, right? And I think they've kind of been waiting, or they've kind of been waiting here to get the rest of the gimmickier maps out of the way. But with the momentum swinging towards the side of Virginia B, I have to wonder if the mechanics picks are going to make it matter. If the mechanics picks are going to start looking iffier now, when you don't have that confidence that you would with that point lead.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to be seeing more mechanics maps. I mean, the more like gimmicky, unconventional maps, like you said, are running out. We're very limited on them. And there's a DT2 pick from Texas B. That's the first sort of speed map we're gonna be seeing in the match. Is that the only speed map in the? Oh no,
there's still DT3, and Texas banned out the force mod.
So this map, this is 228 BPM stamina and flow. Definitely a good map for the tapping players. This is kind of just testing your stamina, seeing if you can keep it in you for the next 2 minutes. This is definitely a good pick for Texas. You know, Texas with Jexy, I know he's a very good tapping player. Not very sure on Virginia. I don't have as much knowledge, but I'm pretty sure they have some very good tapping players as well.
Yeah, I think Virginia B, you can definitely expect to see high flying crew coming in. They've most likely, or I would assume that it would be Ozai and possibly Waffle to fill out. Waffle has been sort of acting as that anchor all-rounder fill player for the majority of the tournament.
Yeah, maybe even Blipla as well.
Could see Blipla going for it, but I would assume Ozai is a little more comfortable as a tapping player. For the side of Texas, though, Jexy, obviously, we've already talked about him, but also that supporting speed core in Laren and... Is it No Head? I would assume Boral would be in on this map.
Yeah, maybe Boral, but it's looking like we're going to be seeing No Head. That's very interesting. I'm pretty sure No Head, he can play 230. So it kind of just depends who's having a better tapping day today.
Yeah, I would have expected Boral to come in for this, but No Head also has been playing that that fill role, has been able to come in for those maps where you might normally not have a comfortable third as well. So definitely going to... So it's definitely going to be an interesting map to watch. Coming right off the stamina, massive breaks from Ozai and high flying fruit. And the accuracy drops from Texas. Jexy also finding breaks. This flow aim is just not looking comfortable with this flow aim at all. While Waffle holding some very nice accuracy, very nice control after that first awkward flow section. Very similar to Gengalzo, but Waffle finally finds the miss.
So now it's just Laron, No Head, and Jexy building up their combo. But, you know, that break from Waffle, especially with him having 96, kind of affecting Virginia here with Ozai and Flying Fruit breaking, especially at that 87% hack rate. So Texas is going to just run off with the lead with this 3 combo advantage.
Yeah, Texas is going to be running off with this lead. Waffle trying her best, and she does have the best accuracy in the lobby, but it would take a complete meltdown from Texas to bring it back.
Honestly, it might just be over at this point, because
it's over.
Yeah, it is over at this point. But this map is so short to where, like, even if you miss in the beginning, you can get score capped really easily.
Yeah, and
especially with the hack.
Then Laren finally finding the miss. High flying crew with a small recovery, but it's No Head here, the player we didn't expect to see, coming in with the standout score of the lobby, recovering the accuracy, recovering the combo after that first break. And it's
W No Head.
Yeah, W No Head is going to be a complete runaway. Finally finds the break. 735,000 score, 740,000.
That's tough.
Yeah. a great score coming from Texas here, and a very decisive pick opens up that DT3 for Texas. and
Oh, my bad.
and I think that the way that this map panned out really speaks to that strength of the Texas B roster. Right, Waffle holding very nicely at the beginning, but Texas no head coming in with that crazy score that we didn't expect. Jexy and Laren still outperforming everyone on Virginia, just not their comfort zone on the stamina here. I think.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate for Waffle. She did have the best accuracy in the lobby, but just had a lot of breaks.
Now, Virginia B, it's a very odd set of maps they've won. I mean, they've won the Hard Rocks, they've won the easy reading, right? And they're just gonna finish out the Hard Rock pool here, just going for that, going for that sudden comfort that they're seeing here. Going to try and finish the mod pool out here with the Snap Alt Hard Rock 3.
Yeah, this is the alt map, the Hard Rock alt map. Have we seen the Nomad? I don't think we've seen the Nomad 3 yet.
No, we have not.
Yeah, so I don't really know. We'll have to see who's the better alt team on this.
This is kind of a risky pick-ish, which I did think the Hard Rocks were risky, but with how Texas has been doing on these Hard Rocks, I think this is a good pick here.
Yeah, Texas, I think, coming in with that confidence on the Hard Rocks, definitely been quite shaky after that Hard Rock, or after those Hard Rock 2 and Hard Rock 1, or the back-to-back Hard Rock 2, Hard Rock 1 losses. Meanwhile, I think the confidence, right, that confidence that Virginia has in, great, we've won the Hard Rocks, we are feeling good about this. I think it's really going to help them out, here. And I think we are going to be seeing a few switch outs, these Hard Rock rosters kind of varying a little. Thor has been in for all of them, but it's going to be No Head and Laren this time to finish out the Hard Rock roster. No Head, I think, again, he's also been playing very well. No Head, a very sensible person to put in for this as the sort of fill player. Jexy not as comfortable on unconventional Hard Rock.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see like a Texas breakpoint here, just because the skill set is so much more different from Hard Rock 1 and 2, but
they did win that HR1 though, so they could take this. I feel like Texas has a slight advantage on this. But we'll have to see the map. Ooh, Thor and Lair front breaks.
Yeah, right off the bat, it's looking a little iffy for Texas right now on the snap alt. But the accuracies are, well, no, they look more or less even now, and with the 3 combos holding for Virginia, this is just going to give them an early lead, early advantage here. Kron's going to be the first one to blink for Virginia, though.
Yeah, kind of unfortunate as he breaks in this kind of slow part. So, oh, and Ozai breaks.
There goes
well.
Ozai.
Has the advantage. The lead's going over.
Yeah, Waffle's the last one to hold. Now there's 2 combos on Texas, and again we've seen it before. Waffle, she's been the one to hold on a lot of these maps for Virginia. Laren and Kron trading it out. Thor just falling behind Waffle for the first time in the 1v1 battles is gonna have the combo lead, and she is not gonna let that go to waste here.
Yeah. Oh.
Lead coming towards Virginia more and more, but it's still pretty narrow here coming into the halfway point. 70,000, and it's And there's still more to, or there's still more to narrow here with the breaks on Ozai and Kron. And there goes Waffle. She finally finds the break. And
So
Ted's
now
gonna be at a disastrous point in the map.
So now it's just Thor as we get into this. Oh, Thor finds him. Oh no.
W caster curses.
That was not.
W curses.
So, unfortunate break from Thor. He broke in the slow part, but there is a lot of breaks for Virginia. And now it's just No Head versus Waffle. But the lead is going to jump over to Virginia's side a little bit. Oh, but Waffle finds a break. So now it's all up to No Head to take this for Texas.
Yeah, but there's the double break from Laren and Thor. Laren starting to struggle with the accuracy. You can see him struggling a lot, especially on those I guess 1-6 patterns. So it is kind of just a one man game here. Kron doing his best, or doing her best. I'm sorry about that. Kron doing her best to keep it in the red. But as long as No Head holds, it's a pretty gargantuan lead. There is a break from Thor. And there's the break from No Head. As it turns blue, it's gonna immediately come back over to Virginia. Waffle and Kron, they both managed to make it work. Oh my god.
Oh, Laron breaks. So it's just gonna throw. Oh shoot. It's just gonna jump over. But Kron finds a break. It's Thor and No Head with a combo. But No Head finds a break. So
Yo, what are these caster curses?
Dude, this is so close. This has actually been on a razor's edge of the whole map.
Oh my god.
Waffle with the slider break. Is that gonna matter? It might matter.
It's going over.
It is going over, but there's there's so little time left. Thor misses. It's literally within 1,000 points.
Whoa.
And oh my god, it's gonna happen again.
4,000 points. Holy jabroni, bro. Oh my god.
Virginia becoming with the clutch by Kron at the very end, and it's gonna be a repeat of the Hard Rock 2. Oh man. Virginia, it was a risky pick coming in, but Virginia makes it work by the narrowest of margins yet again, and they managed to get the full on the Hard Rock pool. And Texas B still looking for that chance to gain momentum to get that decisive point lead back. I think the obvious pick here just has to be 3 from Texas. I mean, you won it by 700,000. Right? Jexy's still waiting on the burner. Laren might be a bit of a risky play here, but you still have third players. Have No Head. You have Boral. I can't see a world where it's not D3 here.
It kind of depends. I think they probably will pick D3, but we could see something different.
Right. And I do think one of the things that this Texas roster has struggled with is picking under pressure. I think that with how close these losses have been, they are probably going to be very nervous right now. And when you're picking with that pressure under you, sometimes you get cold feet on those picks because you think you're thinking in the worst case scenario of what if we lose this pick, and it's going to be the DT3 pick, so no cold feet there from Texas, just probably giving time for their players to warm up.
Yeah, I think DT3 was the most expected pick here, to be fair, since they did win by like 600k or so on DT2.
Yeah, this is 270 though, so we could maybe see. I don't know how good Virginia's high BPM is, but
I think again you are going to probably be looking at High Flying Fruit coming in, probably Ozai, High Flying Fruit, Waffle, so the same D2 roster for Virginia. Texas, on the other hand, I think has a lot, or they have options here. I think all of their I think Jexy and Laren just have to come in. But everyone else on the team, I think, has a reasonable shot to, or they have a pretty reasonable reason to go in for this. I think Boral is the first player who comes to mind. Oh, great, there's an ad break.
Love to see it.
It looks like it's gonna be Shy Cryo coming in for third player on the side of Texas. Jackson or Laren.
I think Shy Cryo has been getting better at speed recently, so not too surprising, but
Definitely not
we'll have
surprising.
to
Yeah,
see.
Shy Cryo, when it comes to Rust, she has definitely been improving on that front. And it's not a surprise to see her here, though. I could have definitely seen I definitely could have seen Boral coming in as well. You know, this was actually, I remember pulling this 2 years ago for tryouts as a Grands level DD, and this
I
isn't
remember.
even in Grands anymore. That's crazy to think. Not the
remember
craziest,
that.
but yeah.
Back it up, Punk. Early misses coming out from Texas speed, which is honestly maybe not that consequential considering this map is longer than DT2 is.
Yeah, not gonna be as consequential here, but right, Jexy finding a lot of misses on the aim. That's not what you want to see out of your speed player. Looks like Waffle. Oh, Waffle finds a pretty big break, and this beginning it's just gonna be trade. You know, they're just gonna be trading breaks here. Jexy and Laren find the double break for Texas. So does High Flying Fruit. All of Virginia going down, and Jexy is struggling a lot here.
Yeah, everybody breaking all over the lobby. No more break. And yeah, Jexy definitely struggling a lot. That's not what you want to see from the speed player, the speed main player for this team. But you know, it's not that bad. You know, Laron and Shy Cryo still holding that combo, but Ozai and Waffle also holding a combo. So the lead is gonna stay stagnant.
It's
Probably
gonna stay stagnant
doesn't
for now.
help that this is like air 10 and on a pretty high BPM too, so the map is like incredibly dense.
Yeah, the density definitely there, and right now we are looking at a 1v1 between Waffle and Laren. Where have we seen this before for Waffle? She's gonna be the one to blink first. Laren now finding the recovery, and it's the first big lead that we've seen for this D3, and as long as Laren holds, we get into this more bursty part.
Yeah, Laron's still holding. So Texas definitely gonna, the lead is just gonna skyrocket over.
Yeah, but there's the combo break. But Jexy
Well, Jexy is
now,
also holding, so like, unless he also breaks, then it's not really going to do much.
yeah, and despite Waffle being up on the accuracy, High Flying Fruit there as well, but the accuracies are down for Virginia as a whole, player by player. Flying Fruit going to be taken by the nerves, and Jexy finally going to have his time to shine, holding the combo into the ending here. He's gonna be the one to hold the recovery, and even though he finds the break, it's Laren to hold again. And Texas B, it's gonna be a little bit closer than this, no, a lot closer than this too, but a comfortable win for Texas nonetheless, going to be avoiding that break, and it's gonna be 5-4, still anyone's game to take it here.
Now that Hard Rock and the other like unconventional stuff is out of the way, I feel like maybe we will just start to see like a more like just consistency aim or something like that, like Nomad 1 or something, just to like pick into the strong players a bit.
Yeah, I mean, Tarragon, there are only 6 maps left in the pool. 3 of, I believe, yeah, 2 of them are just straight up aim maps. 2 of them are, or no, 2 of them are the Nomad 3 and Nomad 4. And, I mean, after that, I mean, you've got Nomad 2, you've got the stream map, and then you've got Hidden 2. So there's really not much left to pick here. It's gonna be a pretty scrappy battle for these final few points.
I could see Nomad 1 from Virginia, I think.
I think Nomad 1 would be most likely pick to come from Virginia here. Think they likely want to steer clear of the or they might think to steer clear of the hidden two for now. Save that for the last pick, and it is gonna be that Nomad 1 coming out, Bliplo and Kron. Gyarados, everyone on Virginia B. Just saying it outright. Nomad 1.
That I think this is expected just because like Nomad 1 has a lot of solo carry potential, especially in minor league, where like if you have a standout aim player and then no one else can play, you kind of just win the map.
Yeah, the solo carry potential is definitely there in the minor league, but these two, but you know, if I were to give any matchup, or if I had to choose any matchup, honestly, I would not be saying, honestly, these are teams that I would not be expecting to have solo carries. I think that the aim rosters on both teams very solid. I think you're likely going to be seeing Shy Cryo, Boral, and possibly Laren, possibly No Head coming in for this Nomad 1. And
I think-
meanwhile,
Oh, sorry.
no, it's okay. Meanwhile, that core of Waffle and Kron, I think Waffle and Kron gonna definitely be there for Virginia B. It looks like Bliplo's probably their third player, since
I could see Waffle having like good solo carry potential on this, and maybe that's why they picked it, but I am not super familiar with this team, so
Yeah, we're gonna see Bliplo too.
no, but it's Texas calling the timeout. They're not sure who to put. They're not
Ooh.
sure who to put in here. And it looks like Boral, at the very least, looks confident. That's what you need here. Boral's kind of been that consistent aim player for Texas. He was the one to put up 740k, the 740k in their first match against NorCal C last week in semis. It looks like Virginia B is gonna be sitting pretty there with Waffle, Ozai, and Bliplo. Ozai has been playing quite well during this match. Just playing as the sort of they're playing as that third on a lot of these slots. And with this hesitation, it makes me wonder, right? I mean, are Cryo and No Head as comfortable as they might have been last week? And that confidence, or that lack of confidence coming into Nomad 1, I think could be an issue here, and it looks like we're going to be seeing a pretty large switch up here. Thor and Laren coming in for Cryo and No Head this time around.
Yeah, this is very interesting. We're gonna be seeing Thor, Laron, and Boral. Surprised not to see Shy Cryo. I thought Shy Cryo.
There we
Oh,
go.
there's
No,
the
we are.
Air Cryo.
Wait, we lied. They're switching out.
Had us in the
Alright.
first half.
That
W
looks
lobby
more
sitting,
like,
bro.
yeah, W lobby sitting. That looks more like what I expected. I thought the timer had already gone out. This is the roster that I think we all could have expected for Texas to be. This map is going to be very important for both of the teams here. Virginia B trying to keep it even, Texas B trying to bring themselves to the security of a match point on their own pick. At the very least, give themselves 2 shots to bring Virginia B down, and it's gonna be a full reset from Texas here at the beginning. Ozai's the only one to trade it out.
Maybe this is a possible indicator of comfort, but at the same time, this also happened on DT3, and then like they won it at the end anyway. So
I think it's just there's a few early misses to kind of get the map started, kind of get more comfortable with it as the map goes on.
Yeah, that is true considering how hard this snowmod one is.
Very difficult no mod 1. I mean, this Waffle finding the break. That means that's the final FC on the board down. Full breaks. Texas manages to, all of Texas manages to hit that transition. With Fliplo breaking, that's going to come over to the side of Texas now.
Yeah, Texas. Oh, Boro finds a break, but it's not going to really matter, especially with Shy Cryo and No Hit holding the near 400 combo on both of them. As we get into the slow part, that's not looking too good for Virginia, but the lead is still less than 100k. Oh, and a break from Shy Cryo.
Break from Shy Cryo, but what's really helping Texas out here is the accuracy. Coral and No Head both holding incredibly well on the accuracy. There goes No Head. That's the final big combo down. Multiple breaks.
3-way from Texas, which means that the lead should swing like moderately quickly since Virginia broke a few times after the first break. But okay, well, the misses just now will probably help that a lot. But
yeah, Waffle, that's not good. That's not a good break if you're looking for Virginia. But Fliplo trying to be the hero into the second Ki, holding the largest combo by about 200. Ozai going to be following close behind.
oh, it's the dip spike.
Fliplo hits the disc spike, and that's going to mean a lot, especially at the halfway point. Everyone else now score cap. Fliplo has the chance to capitalize here, but it has to continue to hold. Moral finding the break is going to help out. The accuracy recovering for the rest of Virginia. Texas, though, still has the accuracy lead, but Fliplo, just the soul combo. There is that solo carry that you were talking about. It's going to come over to the red with that, and at the break, it's on a razor's edge here.
All up to Bliplo to hold this 600 combo. Bliplo is kind of the last resort for Virginia, especially with that 200 combo from No Head and Moro and that build-up combo from Moro. So this is all
If I remember correctly, this last Ki could be like incredibly deal-breaking if Bliplo breaks, but
will Bliplo
Nerves have
hold?
to be there for Bliplo. There are recoveries, so there is time to capitalize. There is a miss. Whether Bliplo will blink. He does blink! And it's yet again at the break. Maps have been on a razor's edge. Time is running out.
I don't think this is a guaranteed win yet because these ending jumps are absolutely brutal. But oh, Boro hits it. Okay.
Moral hitting them, but you can never guarantee anything.
Oh my god.
A small sense of security, but there's still time to change this. There is still time for this to come over to the other side. Boral finds the miss, but will it matter? No, it won't!
It's not gonna matter.
And Texas is gonna be able to take the break point to consolidate that win. And they are going to put themselves at match point with their own pick, with another pick from Virginia, and they have the security of tiebreaker now. Virginia, just at the very end, losing out. They've performed so many miracles to bring points back, but when it matters, when the coins are at stake here, Bliplo not able to hold on just long enough, and Texas with that consistency is going to be able to get point.
Yeah, Texas securing match point. And it is their pick as well, so Texas could end the match right here. Or Virginia could take another break point, potentially bring it to TV. But Virginia, not only they're going to need to win a break point and going to be needing to win their point as well.
this point I could see Texas just going for like a DT1 or something, since they have been winning the mech. Oh, Nomad 2. Actually, no, that makes sense considering they also just won every tapping map before that.
Blue Zenith. This is not the Blue Zenith I've been thinking of.
Finally, Thor has come in for Nomad 2. We are saved. We are saved.
I never thought I'd see Thor on Nomad 2. Oh, never mind.
Oh man.
Smile, smile.
Hey,
Put
he had
Thor
us.
back in.
He had us in the first half.
I want Thor back in. Looks like Virginia B still going to be holding on to that Earth to Waffle and Ozai. Bugs Life coming in to replace, or Bugs Life going to be coming in. I would have assumed that it would be Blip Blow, but I guess the stamina here or the consistency on Blip Blow might not be feeling too great. But yeah, Bugs Life going to be coming out to replace Kron here.
Yeah, this map is kind of dense. This is AR 9.4, which
Little
is kind
dense.
of low for stream maps, and OD 9.2 as well.
Yeah, well, OD 9.2 isn't too low for stream maps.
I think this is pretty standard for like Nomad 2s around this range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No head.
Fair,
Oh,
fair.
No Head's gonna find the first break there. Finds a little miss, as well as some faltering accuracy. So not looking. That's not the greatest look for Texas, but Ozai, coming in with a few 50s. We are at the very beginning of this map. We have yet to see the major flow aim. But the combos here at the beginning are gonna matter a lot. Ozai is gonna be the first break for the side of Virginia. Faltering accuracies as well. We'll see what. What did Laren break on?
What the heck?
Oh my god.
Oh, that has gotta hurt. But Virginia now has a massive. Virginia has a massive combo lead now with the FCs on Bugs Life and Waffle. Jexy, the only one left to hold for Texas. No Head on the recovery, has the accuracy, and so does Laren. Won't matter too much as long as those double FCs hold.
Yeah, Waffle and Bugs Life. Ozai also building up a combo, so this is very good for the side of Virginia. But we're gonna kind of get into the stream part. And Jexy
Yeah,
finally
there-
break the
Jex-
last
that's-
FC.
That's the last FC down, so it's just No Head and Laren on the recoveries versus a double FC from Waffle and Bugs Life. They are trying to go the distance here. And at this longer stamina point, the first major one, it's Ozai going to lose the recovery and the accuracy. But Bugs Life and Waffle just holding on so strong into the second half of the map. Bugs Life. And the lead is already ballooned up to 150k. A break has to come in soon. There needs to be a break. It's Ozai, that's not the one you need. Laren coming in as well, that's not one you want to see either.
Everybody breaking besides Waffle, Bugs Life, and No Head. And
No,
everybody
all the
finds a
combos
break.
break at once.
So this is just
No.
gonna favor Virginia all the way.
Yeah, it's gonna favor Virginia all the way. Coming to the break, it's 200k in the lead. It's a pretty decisive lead for Virginia already, but Ozai with a major chain miss brings that lead down really far. It's down to 1k, but Texas still be on their A game for the rest of the map if they want to bring it back. Waffle has been doing phenomenal on the tapping this entire match. And with the highest accuracy behind or after Laren, she's gonna have to be the one to hold this for Virginia B. Bugs Life doing their best with the accuracy, but it is Bugs Life going down. It's just Waffle now. Ozai with the recovery to try and hold onto this lead. The flow aim is gonna start coming in. This is the last major stream section, and Ozai's gonna find the break. As long as Waffle holds, it's still within play.
Texas needs to hold. Laron, Jexy, and No Head need to hold. The lead is going over. I don't think it's enough.
Going over. There might be enough time, but there might be. It's 2 people to hold. Waffle doing her best. She might have done it.
I think this
No.
is.
Virginia,
It might come down to the end. Can they spin? There's not enough time to spin. And it's so close, but Virginia's gonna take the break point and narrowly edge themselves to a 5th point here.
that was close. If Waffle would have broken at any point in that, at the end, it would have instantly went over.
Waffle just Waffle putting the carry pants on. Finally able to make it work. The great recoveries from the great FC from Bug Life holding in the first half as well. And it is just enough. It is just enough to give Virginia one more pick, one more shot to bring it to tiebreaker here.
Virginia, I'm very curious to see what they pick. I'm sure they can probably pick Hidden Nomad 3, considering that they won the HR3.
Nomad 3 is a pretty sensible pick coming from them, right? I mean,
I think the two like Waffle and Kron should have pretty good carry potential on Nomad 3, seeing as it's like
all
Virginia barely won Hard Rock 3 this time, but at the same time Nomad and Hard Rock are like completely different skill sets basically. Oh, Nomad 4 pick.
Nomad 4, yeah. You know what? On second thought, right? They won the MechTech Hard Rock 1 by a pretty sizable amount, so so taking the gamble on Nomad 4 makes a lot of sense here, especially when when Texas, I think, hasn't been the most consistent on tech throughout the tournament. Though they have been performing better than Virginia, as the star rating kind of ramps up here. But it's really going to depend, I think, on what that core of Boral, Cryo, and No Head can pull out here. I think it's gonna come up to them in order to get this break point back and prevent the tiebreaker from happening. Meanwhile, as you said, Tarragon, it's Waffle and Kron to hold this roster together up to the very end.
Yeah, from what we've seen on the HR1, it is looking like Virginia has a heavy lead on this, but this is also Nomad instead of HR. So this could make a big difference for Texas. Virginia looking, though, to take their last pick.
To be fair, it's also like AR's 9.7 and fairly dense at that. So it kind of resembles Hard Rock in a way to where like maybe Texas won't be as comfortable on it, but we'll see.
Yeah, but it is also CS.
No, who put Jexy in for the tech map?
Hey, he's got it, bro.
Yeah, I am surprised to not see Borland on this, though. It could be a play. They could have Boral on tiebreaker right now. This already looks a little bit wacky. Jexy finding those early breaks. Bugs Life going to be trading that early break out, though.
Yeah, a small lead for Texas. Just purely off, a little bit off the act, Bugs Life down to 90%. As they break, everybody finds a break besides No Head and Waffle. Waffle finds a break as well. Everybody's fine.
Yeah, everyone finding the break. That is going to benefit Texas for now, though. It's Bugs Life versus No Head. It's Shy Cryo versus Waffle. Jexy going to be finding the break. Not going to help out there, but the accuracy is going to be what matters right now. That's a full break from Texas, though, on the slider. Everyone gets hit by the Buzz Slider, and Bugs Life has the combo. Everyone on Virginia has the combo to consolidate, but the accuracy, should they break, might make a big difference. It'll make a big difference here. There goes Bug Life breaking on God knows what. There goes Waffle as well. The score lead. Oh my God! All of Virginia just collapsed.
Breaking before the hard part. We'll see how that goes, because there's like the one third patterns coming up.
Yeah, but they're breaking when they need to hold combos the most.
Yeah, and it's a complete breakdown on this slower section.
It's not looking too good for Virginia.
Yep, and there it is as we enter the final part. It's No Head to hold the combo. Finds the break, but it's 150k in the lead and no one to respond for Virginia.
And it's looking like Texas are gonna be moving on to the second match of the minor league finals to face New Jersey B.
Face Virginia B bringing out so many miracles on this map, but they couldn't find it in them for one last stand. Texas B gonna be taking the match 7-5, narrowly avoiding that tiebreaker, and they are going to be the one to face. They are going to be the ones to face New Jersey B for that shot at the grand finals. Texas B looking for a shot to make it back to the grand finals for the second year in a row. But it is going to be a long road ahead of them. Right after New Jersey B, it's going to be whoever loses against NorCal and SoCal B. Those are going to be tough matches indeed, but for now, stay tuned for New Jersey B versus Texas B and NorCal versus SoCal B later in the week. Congratulations to Virginia B for getting their highest performance of top 6, and for their first trip to the finals weekend in the minor league. But
who got more points, New York B or Virginia? Because I think this was it was the exact same.
It was the same.
So,
congratulations to Texas B, Shy Cryo, Jexy, No Head, Boral, Laron, and Thor for moving on to the top 4. Meanwhile, we still have the rest of the major league and the minor league to watch out for. So make sure that you are here for those matches. Do not miss those later in the week. But that is it I do believe that is it for Friday night. We will be back on Saturday. We will be back Saturday night for New Jersey A versus Florida A. But now it's been great casting for you guys. I've been Hydrol, joined by Tarragon and Metalis, as well as our awesome Twisty. And have a good night, folks.
Later.
See you guys.